G'day. Dhammapada. Chapter 25. The Bhikshu. I'm just assuming that's how you pronounce it. 360. Restraint in the eye is good. Good is restraint in the ear. In the nose restraint is good. Good is restraint in the tongue. 361. In the body restraint is good. Good is restraint in speech. In thought restraint is good. Good is restraint in all things. A bhikshu, restrained in all things, is freed from all pain. 362. He who controls his hand, he who controls his feet, he who controls his speech, he who is well controlled, he who delights inwardly, who is collected, who is solitary and content, him they call bhikshu. 363. The bhikshu who controls his mouth, who speaks wisely and calmly, who teaches the meaning and the law, who teaches the meaning and the law, his word is sweet. 364. He who dwells in the law, delights in the law, meditates on the law, recollects the law, that bhikshu will never fall away from the true law. 365. Let him not despise what he has received, nor ever envy others. A mendicant who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. 366. Bhikshu who, though he receives little, does not despise what he has received, even the gods will praise him, if his life is pure and if he is not slothful. 367. He who never identifies himself with name and form, and does not grieve over what is no more, he is indeed called a bhikshu. The bhikshu who 368. The bhikshu who behaves with kindness, who is happy in the doctrine of the Buddha, will reach the quiet place, nibbana, happiness arising from the cessation of natural inclinations. 369. O bhikshu, empty this boat. If emptied, it will go quickly. Having cut off passion and hatred, thou wilt go to nirvana. 370. Cut off the 5 fetters, leave the 5, rise above the 5. A bhikshu who has escaped from the 5 fetters, he is called Aghatina, saved from the flood. Aghatina, saved from the flood. 378. Meditate, O bhikshu, and be not heedless. Do not direct thy thought to what gives pleasure, that thou mayest not for thy heedlessness have to swallow the iron ball in hell, and that thou mayest not cry out when burning. This is pain. I'm going to read that again. 371. Meditate, O bhikshu, and be not heedless. Do not direct thy thought to what gives pleasure, that thou mayest not for thy heedlessness have to swallow the iron ball in hell, and that thou mayest not cry out when burning. This is pain. 372. Without knowledge there is no meditation. Without meditation there is no knowledge. He who has knowledge and meditation is near unto nirvana. 373. That's a powerful one, that 372. Without knowledge there is no meditation. Without meditation there is no knowledge. He who has knowledge and meditation is near unto nirvana. 373. A bhikshu has emptied his 373. A bhikshu who has entered his empty house and whose mind is tranquil feels a more than a human delight when he sees the law clearly. 374. As soon as he has considered the origin and destruction of the elements, khandha, of the body, he finds happiness and joy which belong to those who know the immortal, nirvana. 375. And this is the beginning here for a wise bhikshu. Watchfulness over the senses, contentedness, restraint under the law, keep noble friends whose life is pure, and who are not slothful. 376. Let him live in charity, let him be perfect in his duties, Then in the fullness of delight he will make an end of suffering. 377. As the Vasika plant sheds its withered flowers, men should shed passion and hatred, O ye bhikshus. 378. The bhikshu whose body and tongue and mind are quieted, who is collected and has rejected the baits of the world, he is called quiet. 379. Rouse thyself by thyself, examine thyself by thyself. Thus self-protected and attentive wilt thou live happily, O bhikshu. 380. For self is the lord of self. Self is the refuge of self. Therefore curb thyself as the merchant curbs a noble horse. 381. The bhikshu, full of delight, who is happy in the doctrine of Buddha, will reach the quiet place nirvana, happiness consisting in the cessation of natural inclinations. 382. He who, even as a young bhikshu, applies himself to the doctrine of Buddha, brightens up this world like the moon when free from clouds. I love that saying, like the moon, bright like the moon when free from clouds. We've heard it before in the Dhammapada. Anyway, thanks for listening.